Live from a Zoom call somewhere in the Carolinas, it's Russ, it's Les, it's the Man Space Podcast. Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and joining me as always, he is the Lord have mercy to my Pope, sweet Jesus, the one and only Big Les.
What up?
What's going on, player?
You the man, dog. Where the hell you find that one at?
You need a hint?
I don't know. I need a hint, bro. I need a hint.
The two characters were not the main characters. And it starred Eddie Murphy.
Oh, must have been Coming to America.
Oh, wrong button. There we go.
Eddie Murphy. He played in so many, man.
Mm-hmm. Eddie
the
Murphy
two
was
main
the star.
characters were not the main characters.
The two characters, Lord have mercy and Pope Sweet Jesus, were not the main characters.
He said Pope Sweet Jesus.
Pope Sweet Jesus.
I don't know. You gotta give it to me.
Eddie Murphy played multiple characters in this one.
He played multiple characters in a whole lot of movies.
But he did not play these two characters.
It was probably Arsenio Hall that played those two characters. Oh, well, I know I'm through. I know I'm done. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is it?
Norbit.
Man, I ain't even watched that stuff.
What? You did not watch? Oh, my gosh. I love
That's
that movie.
That's why I ain't get
it. Lord have mercy was Cat Williams. And Pope Sweet Jesus was Eddie Griffin.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh,
my bad.
man.
My bad, Eddie. Norbit. That wasn't the one.
You disappoint me, Les.
Hey, man, sometimes I told you, I'm not a movie aficionado. You are.
Just give you that.
Keep buzzing me. I'm gonna give you okay. I'm gonna be a buzzer beater. There's gonna be no Sweet 16. It's gonna be a power 2.
Oh man.
What's going on, bro?
Man, everything is good, man. You know how I am with the ceramic car washes and everything and getting the shine on the car and everything. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been
here we go.
I've been testing some products out, and
yeah.
I'm not going to tout them on the show because they don't sponsor us yet. And they hadn't hit me back when I tagged them on social media. So bump them. But so I was at the car wash the other day and, this pollen is so bad around here that, I just don't want to sit there in the driveway washing the car because it's just a waste of my time. The car is going to look filthy within an hour.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. It's a wrap.
Yeah. So I went and got one of the memberships where I can just go through the car wash as many times as I want in a month or whatever. And so I go over to the car wash, go through, and I know that when you go through those car washes, the chemicals that they put on your car, it can mess up whatever stuff you do with the ceramics, right? It will mess it up, right? I'm all into the hydrophobic properties of a ceramic shine on my car, right? I want to see.
Wait. Say that again.
Hydrophobic. It means
hydrophobic.
Yes. So
yeah,
it makes the car kind of water repellent, right?
Oh, like
yes,
Rain-X.
Yes, similar to Rain-X, right?
Oh,
so
hydrophobic.
I want to see the water bead up, and run off, right? Well, when I go through the car wash, and if I sit there and I'll spend the time and wash it by hand, strip all the stuff off, put on the stuff that I actually use, works perfect. You just see stuff just glide right off, right? And so I'm driving, it had been raining. I'm driving down the interstate. I'm not going to say how fast I was going because there may be some police officers and state troopers that listen to the show. But I was going at a pretty nice rate of speed.
Yeah.
With the flow of traffic. So I will say I wasn't the only one. But
right.
I'm looking
and it was raining too, right?
It was
drizzling.
It was drizzling. But it was enough for it to beat up on my car. So I'm like, okay, I see everything beating up. But nothing's moving. Everything is just sitting there. And doesn't matter how fast I go, the wind is not pushing these beads of water off the car because of the chemicals.
So let me guess, you tested that and drove faster to see if the beads would actually run off the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know it's because of what going through the car wash, it messed up. My deal doesn't work. Okay, no big deal. So I'm testing out some other products, right? So I go through the car wash and then I find this one. They say that you can put it on top of what comes out of the car wash. You don't have to strip it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm going to sit here and I'm putting it on, right? And I'm shining everything up. And I mean, I got this bad boy shining, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the car beside me. I see this lady walking past me and I'm looking at her reflection through my car, right? Like, so I don't even got to turn around to acknowledge her. I can see her plain as day because it's shining so bright on the side of my car, right?
Yeah.
Get to the other side, look, older gentleman on the other side. I see him, right? And I look up and I see the reflection and you talk about the cracking.
That's when you shouldn't have a reflection on your car.
I was like, oh my Lord, where's some dirt? I mean, it was worse than plumber's crack,
you know? God.
It was worse than plumber's crack. Oh my gosh, it was way down there. I don't want to be at the point where I am that old where I just don't care because it was kind of windy out. So I know he had to feel a breeze. He can't be completely numb back there. Bro, that he didn't realize his.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time there.
No.
This been going on for multiple occasions.
Mrs. Russ gets on me.
Used to it.
Yeah. Mrs. Russ gets on to me about it all the time. And I'm like, I'm in the house. It's just me and you. If I show my butt crack, you've seen it before. It ain't no big deal. It's me and you in the house, right?
She ain't having it though.
I'm comfortable. I'm in my shorts. I'm not worried about it because I'm not going around and there ain't nobody around here, right? If I'm out in public, I'm covered up. I'm making sure I'm dressed appropriately.
Yeah.
But I never want to be that old where I just have my butt out and I just don't care because, they have the little thing in the middle where you have where you get the rags and stuff from, right? Yeah. So we're all the way on the end, right?
Yeah.
So he's got to walk past everybody to get these rags.
Go get what? Yeah. Oh man.
He didn't pull up his pants. I was like,
said something.
Come on,
Papa, pull them damn drawers up.
I just. If I get to that point, that means I shouldn't be driving. Because if I'm that numb that I can't feel that wind go across my behind, that means that my reflexes are not good enough for me to be driving.
That's a hell of an analogy. That's horrible. You shouldn't be driving because you're hanging out. Your hand hanging out. That's the first time I heard that one. My man been dealing with plumber's crack his whole life.
Dude,
release the Kraken.
If it would have been down another inch, no, man.
It's in the bonsai.
Right.
At what point do you go and say, hey, my man,
I think is that a man code violation by doing so? Or should I have been a brother and been like, yo, bro,
Bro,
yo, you know,
out, man.
pull him up, bro. Pull him up. Pull him up. You know, or maybe he trying to show the youngsters what the youngsters be looking like. I don't know.
Oh no!
But it's not like he was missing the draws. It was all behind.
It was all behind. Straight cracking. He was releasing the beast.
Yeah, man.
That's horrible, man. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Somebody should have came on the PA. Sir, pull your pants up.
We have buttocks exposure on aisle 15.
Right. The Kraken has been exposed.
But speaking of entertainment, did you watch the Oscars at all?
Oh my God. I watched certain parts of the Oscars.
Okay.
Would we be speaking on the slap that was heard around the world?
Or could we be speaking on the mishap of the wardrobe malfunction of Venus Williams? No. No. Yes, the actual slap heard around the world. What was your reaction?
First, I thought it was fake.
Okay.
I still think it was a little fake.
Okay.
Now, whether it was staged or not, the second part, when he was screaming, kind of made it give it a little real feel. But, you know, these are actors.
Yeah.
These are actors, and they, you know, get paid very well to act. I don't know. What do you think? You think it was real or fake?
I thought it was real.
Did you?
Initially, I thought it was fake. I did not watch the Oscars. I will say I had no interest in watching it. I got a text from my sister and around 10 something after I was getting in bed, and she's like, did you see this? And I'm like, no. I'm like, she's like, are you watching? I'm like, I have testicles. No, I'm not watching. Better things to do than watch the Oscars. So
right.
I didn't care. So I went online and I just see it everywhere. And I happened to catch the unedited version of it.
Yes.
So my initial reaction when I saw it, I laughed. Then when I saw it the second time, I thought like you, I thought it was staged. And then when I heard his commentary, I'm like, that doesn't sound like it was staged, because Chris was a little frazzled afterwards.
Yeah.
And if it was staged, he would not have been so frazzled. Yeah.
It could have been to the point to where he was supposed to act like he was slapping them, but actually slapped them. But see, it sounded like a thud versus that's a smack.
Yeah.
It sounded more like,
yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
He didn't get a chance to really wind up with it either.
No.
And
that quick pimp slap.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my mind, I don't think his intent was to smack him. He was probably walking up there to say something to him. But Chris kind of stepped in and was laughing in his face. Like it was ha ha he he. He's like, oh, you gonna laugh in my face? Ta-dow. You know.
How you like me now? I'm in the mix. It's 1996.
Right.
Well, I don't know, man. All I'm going to say is that there's two sides to every story, man. And I know some people are staunch. This is what he should have done. You know what I'm saying? And then there's others like, that ain't how you handle business.
Everybody's going to fall into a category of, A, you feel sorry for Chris. You're on the side of Chris shouldn't have said what he said. Will should have handled it one way, or Will handled it the right way, right? Everybody's going to fall in one of those categories, right? The reality for the situation was Will made a split-second decision, whether it was right or whether it was wrong.
Yeah.
He made a decision in that moment. People sitting there trying to psychoanalyze, oh, this is a cry for help, miss me with all that stuff. It was no cry for help or anything like that. Oh, this was not some stuff that was built up over the years. No, he made a split-second judgment decision at that moment, right or wrong. That is not for me to decide on whether or not he was right or wrong. I can only react on how I would have handled the situation.
Yeah.
I would not have handled the situation in that way at that time. I'm not going to say whether or not
what phase of my life I was in.
All right. Younger me probably would have been exactly like what he did.
Yeah.
But me at the stage I'm at, and he is older than I am, I wouldn't have done it. You know, I would not have done that. So I'm not going to say whether or not he was right or wrong. I would just say that he made a split-second decision. And because of that decision, you have to live with the consequences of your decisions, right?
That's true.
Whatever you do, you got the consequences of it. So whatever happens going forward, he's got to deal with it. It doesn't matter how many times he sits there and says, oh, I'm sorry, you did it. It's like the old thing of you take the toothpaste and you squeeze out all the toothpaste, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now say I'm sorry and see if the toothpaste goes back in the tube. No, it doesn't go back in the tube. It's out there now.
At what point, as a man, regardless of comedian or not, do you allow someone to disrespect your spouse?
Here's the thing, right? So as a comedian, and Chris Rock has done exactly that to other people, and everybody who goes to those events gets roasted. You go to any award show, and if you're in there, you're going to get roasted by somebody, whoever it is, whoever's hosting, whoever has that microphone, you're going to get roasted. It's the nature of the beast. That's why they want comedians to do it, so they can roast somebody, not just tell some stupid jokes. They're going to roast some people because that's funny, right? Why do we have celebrity roast, every year? Even Donald Trump has been part of a roast. It's because it's funny, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to have some taste and tact.
Dude,
if you're friends,
if you go to a comedy show and you sit within the first 5 rows, you're gonna catch it.
But here's my thing, though.
You walk in there wearing some tight suit that's a little too tight, you gonna catch it.
Right, but here's my thing, right? If I'm the comedian and I'm on the stage, you and my sister show up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pick at my sister's emotional, with something that she's going through medically.
Did everybody know that she was going through alopecia?
Yes.
Did you know? I don't think everybody knew that.
Bro, come on. It's been all over Red Talk Table. That's why she cut her head bald.
Dude, I have testicles. I don't watch that mess.
Man.
I don't follow her like that.
Come on. You watch Wendy Williams.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely
Pull your testicles
not.
back out.
No. Absolutely not.
Come on. You tell me you don't watch no talk show. No, you don't graze at it. You don't know what it is. No, nothing. I find that hard to believe.
I don't watch this.
Because you're a man. See, but I find it hard to believe because you're a man of the times. So you understand things and you see things and you hear things. Doesn't mean that you have to watch them, right? But you're aware of them. You're aware of things that are around you.
It's one of those things like, okay, I saw it on, I guess, Facebook or somebody talking about it a while ago, about her having alopecia. I completely forgot about it because I saw it back then on Facebook, but I completely forgot. I hadn't until afterwards. until people started talking about it after the fact and everybody trying to break it down and psychoanalyze every step of it. I completely forgot about it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, well.
But still, even though, I mean.
And it even wasn't even a bad joke. It wasn't even a bad joke.
He said, I'm looking to see you in G.I. Jane 2 or something
like
that. You know what I mean? But it was for me, if I know my wife is dealing with something and that's something she's dealing with, for you to make light of her situation is going to piss me off.
Okay. You wasn't pissed off that another dude was stroking your wife. Be pissed off at that. Come on, man.
But that's her fault. So that's her fault.
Everything, it's all fair game about their relationship except for her hair. Come on now.
It's not that. See, the August thing and these are two completely separate issues, right? The August thing is, here's my take on it. This is my grown man take on it.
He wasn't defending his wife when this other man was up in the house. He wasn't defending his wife when he's around there with other women.
Don't listen. You don't know their situation. You're not in it.
Right.
So you don't know what they agreed upon. My thing is this. Here's my thing, right? If a woman allows a man in that space, it's not me and that man. It's me and her. We have the issue. That dude is doing only what he's allowed to be done. What's allowed to be done. It's disrespectful, and I have a problem with disrespect, right? That would be my handle with this cat. However, his wife allowed that. Don't no man get in without the woman letting him in.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So in that situation, it wasn't his thing to get with him. His thing was to get with his woman. This was blatant in front of his face, somebody talking about his woman. It is his job to defend her.
Sat there and laughed because he thought it was funny until he looked over and saw her face and saw her reaction.
Right. I agree with that too, because I did see that. But at the same time,
he could have handled that so much differently. He could have.
But here's the thing, though. You could have turned left and turned right. I mean, these are split-second decisions.
Yeah, he made a decision.
You know what I'm saying? He made a decision to get up, however and whatever he did. And
if that was The Rock over Chris Rock, would he have gotten up?
He would have did it? Probably not. How many mugs would have gotten up?
He would have sat there and clapped his hand. Yeah, buddy. That was funny. Or he would have sat there and just kind of rolled his eyes, but he wouldn't have got up.
I think it's. See, here's my thing though. Let's look at another comedian. Right? Let's not put The Rock out there. Let's put Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
Or Billy Crystal. You're right. Billy Crystal.
Would he have done that to Billy Crystal?
Jimmy Fallon. Right.
Would he have done that to Jimmy Fallon?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he did it because it was Chris. And everybody knows Jimmy Kimmel would roast the hell out of everybody.
Yes.
He's been roasting people for what? 5? He was the Oscars host for what? 5 years or something?
Right.
He roasted everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying what Will did is wrong, right or wrong. All I'm saying is that man made a decision. Whether it's right or it's wrong. He got to stand on it now. He got to stand on the decision he made. Apologizing. If you got slapped and then apologizing, and most of the dudes that I knew where I grew up from, that's not a forgivable offense.
It's not.
That's not a forgivable offense.
That is disrespect. And
at its highest. I forgot. Oh, Shannon Sharp said it.
Shannon Sharp. Yes.
Shannon Sharp
There's
said
three
it.
things.
It's three things.
Three things that are the highest level of disrespect.
Yep.
You spit on me.
Spit on me.
Because you're supposed to spit on the ground, and you spit on me, you're saying that I'm lower than the ground.
Yep.
You walk on the ground. You saying that you can just walk all over me if you spit on me.
Yep.
You say the N word.
Yep.
And we don't need to break that down.
Yep. And you open hand slap.
Open hand slap, because people, they would sit there. Nobody ever sits there and says, I'm going to punch you. I said, I'm going to slap the out of you.
Yep. It could be, that is a disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful. I agree wholeheartedly with Shannon Sharp with that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that is, get spit on is like, getting spit on is like one of the worst things you can do. You know, one of the worst things you can do, man. Yep. And how he said it was very, it was interesting how he said it. You know, not how he said it, but what he said, how it came about, because of that's how they used to treat us back in the day.
Yes.
Spitting, slapping, because you ain't worth nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And calling you out your name by using not your name, but calling you some made up name.
Right.
You know, that's what they called everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it, man. I like I said, though, there's a lot to it. I ain't gonna say he threw it off. I think he got great sense. You know what I mean? At some point, some part of me still thinks, though, it was a skit, bro. Because I've slapped people before. And I ain't never heard it hit no thud like that. I mean, it was just like, boom. You know what I mean? Like he hit the microphone or something on his chest. But he did, you know, me, I'm gonna slap you. I got a pretty big paws, and so does he. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it could have been just the sound, because he is mic'd up. He does have a microphone right there at his chest. It could have been the sound
it could have been. It could have been covered up because of how we got, you know.
Right.
But whether wrong or right, he did it. Then he apologized for it. Chris Rock apologized for it. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Now are all comedians, did this set up the rest of the comedians in the comedian world? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's been several people. It's been happening for years where somebody has rushed the stage because of something a comedian has said. So, you know, and they dealt with the consequences of it, whether it was them going to jail or they got kicked out or they got their butts whooped or whatever. You know, what was a young fly or whatever whooped up on somebody for rushing the stage on him last year.
DC Fly.
DC Fly. You know, so it happens, right? It's been going on for years. Like I said, you go in the first 5 rows of a comedy show, you gonna catch it. You watch the Kings of Comedy. Somebody in the first 5 rows caught it. Yeah. You know, what was it? The Martin Lawrence, was it? Run Tell That. Martin Lawrence lit somebody up in the first 5 rows. You know,
man, the Kings of all the Kings of Comedy, they lit somebody up. All of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless of the fact, man, celebrities or not, here's the thing. In the streets, it wouldn't have went down that in this fashion.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Because in the streets, a lot of stuff, right or wrong, is fair game in the streets.
Exactly.
You know, exactly. But at that point, whether I think if that would have happened backstage or if that would have happened, you know, somewhere else other than that particular setting.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been just a slap and walking away. Right.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think so. I don't see now maybe his security may have done something.
Yeah.
But I don't think Chris Rock run around with a bunch of security.
Probably not.
Yeah. I know Will don't. You know, but I don't know. Backstage, it could have been a whole nother ball game. You know what I mean? But, you know, everybody's talking about now the tarnishment of the Oscars and Will Packer and, you know, the Oscar for King Richard You know what I mean? And all these things, because they still gave him an Oscar. It's not like they could have took it from him either, but
they're debating it.
Yeah, well, you can debate it all you want to. He got the Oscar for it. They already voted the movie in. He was the golden child. Where they going to hurt him at is his pockets over the next few years.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, I understand, you know what I mean? But that's what's about to happen. That's what they're going to try to do. His good guy image, everybody loves Will, has pretty much just got shot up.
And he wasn't too broke up because you saw him dancing at the after party afterwards.
That's right. So how do you think it's really going to affect this man? If it affects him, right? This could be big news today to overshadow something else and gone tomorrow.
Their next Red Table Talk might be the highest rated one ever.
Exactly, my guy. Exactly.
You know, people are sitting there saying like, Will, you know, oh, he did what a man was supposed to do. No, the test of a man is how you handle adversity.
That is true. I agree.
That's the true test of a man. Not going up trying to punk a smaller man. The way he handled it, was that manly? Because he did that?
Yeah.
Was it the right decision? Was it the wrong decision? The test of a man is how you handle adversity.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's just that certain tests are not pass or fail, right? Certain tests are lessons. What you shall repeat again if you don't pass,
right?
Or if you don't get through it. You know what I mean? So Will has obviously got something else that he needs to deal with. You know what I mean? Or he's going to go through it again.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, oh, he got mental issues.
No.
I really don't think so.
No, he doesn't have mental issues. He made a split-second decision, whether it was the right decision or the wrong decision. That's not for me to say. He's got to deal with the consequences of his decision.
He got to stand on it. He got to stand on that shit now. You know what I mean? You slapped a grown man now in front of a national television audience.
That's worldwide.
I seen a meme today is when he was in Men in Black and he had the little thing and he flipped down his glasses and he flashed it. I said, I bet you he want that today.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. You know, he got home that night and he gonna put out on Instagram, you can't take people from Philadelphia and Baltimore anywhere. Like kind of having fun with it at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was having fun with it, all right.
Right.
I mean, let's just be real about it. I mean, either you set yourself up for failure with this or you set yourself up for greatness. Which one is it?
Right.
Only time will tell.
The repercussions of your actions.
That's it. Only time will tell, my brother. So you make the decision what you got to do and what you need to do at this point.
Yep.
So good luck to you, man. Good luck.
And if he just get a random slap with somebody running away, I'm gonna laugh because that's what Chris Rock. That's what Chris Rock should be doing. As soon as he see him on some set, just roll up on a random movie set,
run up and jump slap him,
and run away.
Got him.
Just wait 6 years.
God.
6 years to the day. Just have him just come up out of nowhere.
God, that would be great. He would be getting an award or something. He's just run up on the stage.
As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. Now, every now and then, I like to take the week off and allow some motivation to come from a different direction. So this week, it is spoken by Jeremy Anderson.
Let me speak to that person that feels like they lost their worth or their value. This is a dollar bill. Now, if I go to the store and there's something for 90 cents, can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So if I go to the store and there's something for 85 cents and after tax, it ends up being 96 cents. Can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So what if I ball the dollar bill up? Think about it now. Like, I just balled the dollar bill up, like, so it can't be worth $1 now. It's probably worth like 95 cents, right? How much you think it's worth? $1. Listen, y'all gotta pay attention. I just balled it up, so clearly it's not worth $1 anymore. All right, so maybe, what if I step on it? What if I stomp it? I just stomped it. How much is it worth now? Maybe 65 cents, 68 cents? It's still worth $1? Okay, what if I ball it up, what if I stomp on it, and then I put it in the trash can, and it's in here with some trash, and it's around some beer, and some gum, and a bunch of other nasty stuff, and some guy off the street pulls the dollar out, unfolds it, how much is it worth now? Maybe 82 cents? And come on, at least 92 cents? It's okay, all right, so what if I ball it up, what if I step on it, what if I put it in trash, and then, watch this, I tear it in half. Think about it now, right? How much is it worth now? $1? I could tape it? Whoa. Shh. Wait. Wait a second. I just balled it up. I just stepped on it. I put it in trash. I pulled it out. Then I tore it in half, and you mean to tell me I can pick the dollar up, I can wipe it off, and I can put some tape around it, and it's still worth $1? Then why, if this dollar doesn't lose its worth or its value, then why do you feel like you've lost your worth and value? Because many of you feel like you've been stepped on, you feel like you've been pushed aside, you feel like you've been abandoned, you feel like you've been talked about, you feel like you've been abused, like someone took from you, someone hurt you, somebody took advantage of you, and deep down inside your core, you feel like you've lost some of your value. And I am here to tell you today that this dollar still has worth and value, because there are some men years ago who put value over this life and said that no matter what happens to it, it can still be taped back together. It can still be wiped off. And I am here to tell you that you were created and you're born and you're here and you have life and you have purpose and you have value. And though you've gone through some hard times and though you've experienced some depression and you might be wanting to hurt yourself and you might want to give up, I am here to tell you you still got worth and value. And there is nothing that can happen that can take your worth and your value away. So what you gotta do now, you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta dust yourself off and you gotta keep moving.
Man Space Nation, I just can't even explain how powerful that message was, because I'm sitting here and I've watched that a few times now, and I still have goosebumps just listening to it. And you really have to know your worth, know your value, know what's inside of you, and don't let anybody treat you like you're not valuable. Don't degrade yourself for somebody else's enjoyment. Don't degrade yourself and bring yourself down to somebody else's level. Know your value. Amen. The whole thing that's been going on with Will and Chris Rock, know your value, man. Don't bring yourself down to somebody else's level.
Yeah, I agree, man. Know your value. Know who you are as a man, a woman, you know. Oh, man, that was awesome. I'm going to need you to make sure I get that.
Yeah.
That link. That was beautiful. Might have to start listening to that mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Remind yourself you are more than what everybody else thinks you are. You are what you think you are.
Absolutely.
You know, first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Know your value.
And on that note, Man Space Nation,
we out of here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Man Space updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at manspacemat1.
Until next time, Man Space Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out of here.
Got him!